US President Donald Trump signed a government funding bill Wednesday night that ended a record 43-day shutdown. The shift that made ending the deadlock in the Senate possible was a small number of Democrats joining the Republicans to vote yes. The shutdown began back at the start of October after the Republicans and Democrats couldn't agree on a funding bill. Specifically, it was the Dems demanding to extend a tax credit to lower the cost of health coverage obtained through the Affordable Care Act. So, the American government is rolling again. But what's in this new funding bill? And what happens to the workers and programs that were affected? Let's break it down. Trump's signature on the new funding bill draws to a close the second government shutdown he's overseen in the White House. Some of the notable parts of the package include funding for the SNAP food aid program, the Department of Agriculture, Congress, and Veterans Affairs until September next year. Ryan Hurl, a political science professor from the University of Toronto, says the Republican Party is not going to benefit much from ending the shutdown.
So presumably what's going to happen is that there's the extension of the Obamacare subsidies are likely to be voted down. That, I think, is not going to work out very well for the Republicans because I think it just fits into this general narrative that the party is insufficiently attentive to these questions regarding cost of living.
Now, the shutdown caused issues for many, putting financial stress on federal workers who went without paychecks and even stranding travelers at airports. But with air traffic controllers returning to work, the Federal Aviation Administration announced Wednesday that airlines won't need to cut more than 6% of flights. This means as workers return, less flight cuts will happen. And the bill includes language that all federal workers will receive back pay, as well as reversing layoffs that took place. Government programs that stopped running will also resume, but some slower than others. A heating subsidy program used by around 6 million low-income homes won't be available for weeks as the weather gets colder. Head Start, an early childhood education program, could also take weeks to resume. Looking ahead, Hurl says this shutdown has raised questions about whether this is a great way to run a government.
It's not clear the United States is going to be able to address its long-term fiscal problems unless they change probably the procedures of the Senate. And I think right now you're starting to see some serious discussion about removing the filibuster in the Senate, that 60-vote threshold.